Alrighty, welcome back. Another episode of Post-Fades and Cheesesteaks. This week we got the both of us, so lucky all of y'all. We have the crew back together here for week 4 NFL recap.
Oh yeah, how was I
We're
forgot to
away.
ask you. How was the solo sesh? I didn't get to look into it. I apologize, I was a little busy.
It's never as entertaining, obviously. I will
Did
say
you
I do
put
have
a mirror in front of you and just kind of argue with yourself?
no, but I was about to say I do have more time to speak, and you perfectly cut me off right as I was about to say
I've been
it.
itching, man. It's been 2 weeks. I was itching.
No, it was it's not as I know there's a lot of YouTube channels and a lot of podcasts out there that are solo people and they just, run off a script. Some of them are good. I think our show kind of works better with two people because the back and forth dynamic. But I mean, we got it in. It was shorter. I think it was around 40 minutes maybe. So not as
Okay.
our typical close to an hour episode, but there was
So
no
no,
no pizzazz with the studs and duds. I just ran right through it. So
oh, pathetic, man. I
yeah,
gave you it on
yeah.
a silver platter.
You just gave
It's
me the
like,
names. I had no no stats
oh,
to run
come
off
on,
of.
put some creative thinking behind it.
Well,
It's
well,
you
time's
think
precious.
you think guys like, Mick Jagger or like, Adam Levine or just random people I'm thinking off the
Adam
top of my head,
Levine.
the people that are writing their lyrics for them, you think that, they just go out there and like read them like it's
Listen,
a lullaby? They put some action and pizzazz to it.
listen. There's a lot of music out there that's got questionable. Like who thought this was worth getting greenlit? So
Hey, sometimes it's great words, great lyrics, and then execution and performance is not there. Sometimes the best performance can't make up for crappy lyrics. And I gave it to you on a silver platter, and there was nothing. Not even Isaiah Rodgers. My God, like, come on now.
I
That was
mentioned
one of
I
the
mentioned him.
that was
I
like one
just
of the
didn't.
greatest defensive like special teams weeks we've ever seen.
It was great. I was loving every second of it. But
I mean, it hurt a little bit when you keep hearing his name called in highlights, and you're like, oh,
yeah,
Adoree Jackson's just getting ripped.
yeah. Well, luckily Dory Rex didn't play this week, and actually Keely Ringo looked pretty good. But
Keely Ringo did look good. I've always been a big Ringo believer.
I think all of most of the Eagles fans out there were because of the Georgia connection, because of, he was supposed to be a first round pick, or at least like a second. Like I think a lot of us had high hopes for him, and it's nice. The tackling, I mean, he's a cornerback. They're never gonna be the best of tacklers, but he looked a little timid tackling. So I think maybe if he gets into a bit of a groove, he can do it. But I mean, he held his own in coverage, it seemed like, and I mean, you know. I think the other guy, you know, Mitchell, obviously probably his best. I mean, a little grabby. I saw a couple holds that he got away with, but every
Hey man,
corner
it's
holds.
it's all good until you get called.
But
So,
yeah, he was elite,
listen,
elite.
if they say every game you feel out the refs. You know the script on what ref calls what they're going to focus on. If you get away with it two or three times, why not keep going with it? It's clearly helping you. So, I'm all
Yeah,
for it unless it gets you. But Ringo's just big and fast. I've always been a believer in there. But yeah, you see his
that's
techniques aren't really there. For a guy
that's
that's big and fast like him, you would expect him to be a better tackler or more of a help in run defense.
that is what I noticed. Even if like I saw him miss a tackle and he was able to like quickly get back to him because of his speed. So I think his speed helps. His speed helps make up for his lack of breaking. Like I don't know. I just saw him like try to go in for a tackle. And he didn't even break down. He was standing up straight. I'm like, you're an NFL pro
No
now. You
technique.
you
Yeah,
know you got to
it's
have technique here, man. So
he kind of just like reminds me like he was probably the greatest, high school football player ever in his area.
oh, of
Went to
course,
superstar school like Georgia. Played on amazing teams that crushed people by like 60 points and just hasn't really got the game down yet because he's just been so
yeah.
big, athletic, and fast and been amazing. Which, yeah, that's why I was always rooting for him. It's like if he could just get the skills down, he'd be dangerous. So, but no, it was good to see him out there. No Dory, no Bennett. Hopefully all three of them improve. But I was high on Ringo.
Yeah. So that was a good sign. I will say though, before we get any more into the Eagles, which obviously we won once again 4-0 now after
4-0.
very tough schedule so far. So that's very impressive, especially the way they've played.
Yeah.
Um, but probably the second best thing to happen this past week, besides the Eagles winning, the Mets. failed to miss the playoffs. Any quick thoughts on that? $300 million or billion? Was it $300 billion collapse? Whatever it
It's
was.
something around there. I
Billion,
mean,
million?
honestly,
A lot of
it's
money.
I remember I sat behind this kid in freshman year of math, first period. I don't even
Hmm.
remember the dude's name, but I sat behind him and he always it was because that was the year the Phillies won the World Series. Just about we were going into that fall. And the year before was the bad collapse New York had, the '07 one where like the Phillies
Hmm.
made it in. And I remember him having a Tombstone Mets '07 collapse t-shirt. And I just look at it every day and I was like, this is hilarious. But that was the start of the trend.
Hmm.
And it's hilarious because it's what's 2025 now. Like, God, how many years ago was that? Like 15. And it
Hmm.
still rings true. You could just change the year on the tombstones because it happens nearly every year. I forget what the actual numbers, how far in the lead and how many games left that they had. But boy, man, September is their enemy.
Yeah. Yeah, but that was quite the this might have been the worst one, I feel like, because they had what we were back and forth with them all summer until I think the end of August, and then the Phillies kind of, or maybe middle of August, Phillies really took the division lead and then ran away with it. So
I say after they bushwhacked us that one series in New York in August, and then everything
yeah.
turned. Could you imagine being a Mets fan? Like it's a small Mets fan. Like September comes around, you're going back to school. No one wants to go back to school.
Hmm.
Your favorite baseball team is slowly collapsing in front of your eyes. Like, the highs of, oh, the Mets are awesome. We're winning the World Series. I'm still on summer break. NFL's not there yet, but it's getting up. I'm getting excited. And then September comes around. You have to go to school. The Mets are collapsing, and the Jets have just started. Like, it's got to be a miserable experience.
I mean, I don't know if they're getting excited for football season because they're either a Jets or a Giants fan, most likely. And those are
To
both
deal with
not great scenarios.
you're either a fan of hardcore drugs or you're a fan of the Jets or Giants when the Mets come in with their September collapse. You need to
Mm.
rely on something.
My favorite, I think my favorite meme I saw this week was they put the what is it called? Like what's the Halloween store?
Oh,
Um,
the I think it's called the Halloween
Spirit
store.
Halloween.
Oh, Spirit
They
Halloween.
put the Spirit Halloween banner on like MetLife Stadium
Oh, it's
or the
brutal.
not MetLife, but the where the Mets play.
City Field.
The
Yeah,
field.
that's
I was
it's
like,
just
nice.
hilarious. It's comical every single year. It gets better and better, to be honest.
Yeah, but yes, MLB playoffs started today, September 30th. Um so and Phillies don't play till Saturday, I believe. Fourth or Saturday or Sunday. I don't know what the fourth is.
Man.
But it's exciting. Hopefully they're currently the favorites. Well, betting favorites at least. And then the Mariners are the surprise second favorite. Which fun fact, they won their division for the first time since 2001. So
Hmm.
it's been a minute for them.
That makes me feel even older. Here I'm talking high school, now we're going back to first grade.
Yeah, I was on I think Fanat no, FanDuel Sportsbook, I think. And they uh they had some kind of like promo. It's like it was like just to like enter to win like tickets to a World Series game. So you just have to like put your name and whatever. No one's gonna win that shit. But
Hmm.
I did anyways, and it got to like what's your birthday, and it like came out with the current date, and I had to like flick a couple times to get down to my
Mm.
birthday. I'm like, that's not a good sign.
Yeah.
But
Eh. Yeah, but I'm excited for some playoff baseball,
so
but
yeah.
I'm still in heat of the Eagles season right now. What's tough is the last couple of years when the Phillies were going deep, I feel like I was caught up in Philly fever
Hmm.
more than the Eagles. But I don't know, it's something about this 4-0 start. Something about, man, the Rams game, this game. This game was the same as the Rams game. It was just we were on the other side of it, and we still pulled it out. Like, talk about two different halves. Talk about excitement. The defense, let up a couple massive plays, but then flip side, they
Rookie
made
rookie
massive plays.
blunders.
Yeah, and then you have Elijah Campbell getting an interception in the end zone. They're forcing a fumble on Bucky Irvin, who beat Elijah Campbell. You have, I mean, Baker threw a beautiful ball. Now that we won the game, I could say it was a beautiful ball. I don't know how it got past all those hands. Makuba
I,
looked like he was crisscross lost.
yeah,
Um,
he terrible play on that for him.
But I
But
mean,
he'll learn.
part of the defense held out just enough. I think the Heat, which no one would shut up about, I think started making its a difference towards the end of the game for the
Yeah.
defense at least. Like well, at that point, our
Oh, they
defense
were
was seeing.
gassed.
I mean, yeah, towards the second half when the offense couldn't hold on to the ball, that they were feeling it. I don't know. I mean, I hope Jordan Davis is alive. Didn't hear his name much.
Uh,
I don't think you can be in shape for what he was probably going through. But yeah, I mean, defense held on. The offense is very disappointing. I think that's where the most, I won't even say disappointing. Half of the actually the whole offense is pretty disappointing.
yeah, I think uh, one thing is for sure that the fact that after every win, we have something to gripe about, something that we can nitpick, something to complain about, and they're 4-0. They beat the Cowboys week one, who are now like the number one offense in the league statistically. We
Mhm.
beat and then three teams that were all in the playoffs last year, all winning record teams. Um, so it's and the Chiefs starting to look good too. So we beat them when even though they were down a couple players, they're still a tough team to beat. But I don't know. I saw someone was saying the league's in trouble if the Eagles can figure out what's going on with their offense because we're getting these wins with, I mean, Saquon had 19 carries for 43 yards. That's it.
Yeah, that's
2.3 average. I don't understand like what's wrong with the run game. It looks like Saquon has no time. He looks like he's playing on the Giants. Like he has no time to make
teams are
any
just selling out,
cuts
man.
or
They
anything.
caught on. They know what the strategy is.
I
So is
don't
it all
know.
right?
I don't
Gauge me your
know.
meter because I could paint you this picture. Take you back to 23 when I mean me and you said it pretty much every week was I mean they keep winning. Like that's
I
I'm
know.
not going to
I
say
know.
really it's hard to get on them when they just keep finding a way to win. Good teams find a way to win. They're not pretty. I mean, I don't think a single game in 2023 was pretty, but they won pretty much every single one of them. But the offensive play calling was the biggest thing on everyone's mind.
Hmm.
Remember when they used to cheer whenever they ran a halfback draw? Now we're like screaming when you see one of them. And you have the 2,000-yard rusher from last year doing it. I
Yeah.
think I mean I think the biggest issue is the Barkley and the running game is struggling. I think it's pretty clear every single week that teams are just making that their number one, their number two, and number three priority to stop.
Mm.
And then on the other side of it, you see is like when defenses are selling out one side of us, how come we're not taking advantage of it when you have AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, an incredible line and Hurts? Like they just can't do anything. Minus the Rams second half, where I don't even think that was great play calling. More of AJ Brown just went out of his mind and was. I mean, he was double teamed, ripping the ball out of guys' hands, powering
Yeah.
through for first downs. These weren't very creative, wide open catches.
Mm.
He was just bodying people, and that was the best our pass offense has looked all year.
Yeah, I mean I don't the offense looked great the first half. I mean Jalen was 15 of like 16 for
Yeah,
130 yards and then the second half he didn't complete a single pass. 8 for 8. How is that possible? Like it just doesn't compute. I
I
don't
don't. It's tough to say because again, it was like the first half with the Rams. Then what happened?
It
How
was a
did they
complete
sell in?
opposite of that game, and somehow we ended up winning. I thought for sure. I was like, I actually in my head, I was like, I kind of wanted the Bucks to make that field goal at the end because I was like, I don't want to go into halftime being up 19 because that's a weird kind of
Yeah.
voodoo number, and
But see,
but
if you take away some of the like in the Rams game, the biggest thing I saw from the offense success in the second half was just these insane plays that AJ Brown mostly was making. I
hmm.
mean, remember when Hurts got blitzed, the whole like the Rams sent everyone and he just threw it up and Devontae Smith jumped up and made an incredible catch.
Yeah,
Like that doesn't really happen very often. It didn't, that was the second time he did it and the first one didn't work. AJ Brown was really, it was just insane that second half against Rams. And then this one was different. It was, every time they targeted him, the ball was out of bounds or it was at his feet or it was, way too late or, they were covered the whole time. It seemed like they couldn't get their stars in any like area to operate. There
Hmm.
was no breathing room at all. The Tampa took away everything. It's infuriating.
Yeah, I mean, it's that's why I think this game against Denver is going to be super interesting because they're going up against one of the best defenses in the league. Um, and you want to, especially after how AJ's performance was last week and how little the ball. I know it was said he got 9 targets, but like half of those were like
I mean, they
Jalen
were
was just
force
chucking it.
feeding.
Yeah, they were trying.
It looked like they were force feeding him the ball and it was
Yeah,
going nowhere.
and he has to go against Pat Surtain probably the whole game, which is he's arguably the best corner in the league. So I don't know. This running game has to click. If we get to the playoffs and Saquon's averaging 2.5 yards per carry, we're not going to win games.
No.
It's not sustainable. So I would like I just don't get why they're so vanilla. Like to be honest, I don't get it. And like I was saying in our one chat, like it reminds me of and everyone's been saying this, it reminds them a lot of when we had Brian Johnson. But the more I think about it, it's like, why does it look so similar to Brian Johnson if this is a whole different coordinator? Is this Sirianni's offense and he's kind of calling the shots and we don't realize it? And Patul is just, going off the script of what he's got. Because it's boring. It doesn't get your best players open. Like, there is no reason neither AJ Brown nor Devontae, one of those guys should be going for 100 yards every game. Unless we're going against like, friggin' Champ Bailey and, Pat Surtain and like the best corners in the world. There's no reason that they should be getting 30 fucking yards receiving every game.
Well, they
It
don't, yeah, they're not
doesn't
passing
make
enough.
sense.
The Sirianni offense, like now he's getting the heat as you would expect. It's week
He
four.
should.
It's about
I
time we
mean,
should want to fire him. But
but
the
yeah.
opposite, like Brian Johnson just wouldn't run the ball at all. He was the complete opposite. I'm going to throw the ball all 3 downs. No one's going to be open, but I'm just going to keep throwing the ball.
Yeah.
And then, there was, we could run the ball then. Now it's just like I'm running off the same script they had last year. It's nothing has really changed that much. We weren't throwing much last year either, but no one cared because Saquon Barkley was running for 2,000 yards.
I
The
think
offense hasn't changed. It's the same one, but they're not adapting to anything. They're not being creative. The AJ had the same problems last year. I mean, he was reading on the sideline because he wasn't doing anything, but Saquon Barkley was running for 2,000 yards. So they're not
yeah,
adapting to anything new.
but I also think what's kind of here's the glimmer of hope though in this. Um, besides saying we did beat good opponents. I remember with the teams we were beating the last time this happened in 23. But um, in 23, like you said, we had like the run game was weird, but we had no defense. The defense was horrid on that, was it 7 game losing streak into the wild card game.
The old good
Um,
old Sean Desai days.
so so this defense with Vic at the helm, like I have the utmost confidence in because they were throwing. They needed a breather, and like you said, in this heat, and the Eagles' offense were like, "Yeah, go fuck yourself. We're just gonna go 3 and out, run the ball on 3rd and 10, and punt." And they had to keep going back out, kept delivering. And I think if you take away, like, give the Bucks credit, they played hard. They always are a scrappy team. Um, but you take away those two big plays that were kind of rookie mistakes. I mean, it's rare to see two 70-yard touchdowns against the Eagles defense. Um, but they really weren't driving much like down the field. It was just those two big plays and really I would say there was definitely dumb penalties, but these officials were calling everything. Um, it was very
Minus the
ticky
Quinion
tacky.
Mitchell holds.
Yeah, but it was very like I don't know, very borderline for some of these. So I think if they clean it up a little, the defense is fine, and but Carter's got that shoulder thing going on too, so we got to monitor that. But I just the other thing too is it's week 5 now, and we have players uh under their breath, so to say, like calling out the coaches. Like I would have never expected the offensive line to start calling out coaching, but
I mean, you can't rule anything out now. Come
right,
on
but
now.
right, but I'm saying like I don't. This wasn't happening until like it was too late. in 23 season. Like players are coming out now and saying,
Well,
look, like,
everyone, I mean, I think everyone's got a different swagger to them. They already won last year, so
yeah.
we can
But I
be
mean,
upfront about it. And
Mailata is saying that, we're not getting to the line of scrimmage quick enough. We're not running the right plays, this and that. Like that's concerning. And again,
yeah, but you should
first,
be. You should be. They're not running a smooth offense. Like they're winning fine, but 23 they were winning too. And most of the guys on offense were there at 23. I think
yeah.
that's the biggest concern is you ran back the same exact offense from last year, minus, Becton's gone. All the other starters are there. No one has moved. And, like they're struggling so much. And I mean, Sirianni's always going to get the heat. AJ Brown will get heat. Jalen will always get heat just because he's Jalen. But like Petula will be the loose wheel. He's in a new position. I think if Nick doesn't win the Super Bowl, I think the Eagles could be really looking at a Doug Peterson, Press Taylor kind of situation. I mean, but seriously, I mean, Nick came in, Steichen and Gannon, both of them great hires. I mean, you say whatever you want, but they were both great
Gannon.
hires.
You think
I
Gannon?
listen, he's a
Wow,
head
you
coach.
hated Gannon.
If you look at his record, he brought him to this. He was defense coordinator for the Super Bowl
He
team,
had
and
his
then he became a head coach.
he
Like,
had
come on, man.
some good games as a
I
coordinator.
mean, the worst NBA player ever is still an incredibly successful basketball player.
Sure.
But so those
He's
two were good
still employed by the
coaches.
Cardinals.
Anyway, obviously Desai was a disaster, but that was here, there, and everywhere.
And then Patricia, and
But
that was a mess.
I mean, those guys were outside, but Brian Johnson was an internal hire. And with a guy like Nick, we always say the biggest thing about Nick Sirianni is he's like a culture guy. He's a good
Hmm.
leader. The team loves him, big culture guy. So you can see why he's attracted to bringing in eternal candidates. Like, let me bring up Brian because he knows my culture. And that's the biggest thing to me. It
Mm.
didn't work at all. It was a terrible coordinator.
Yeah.
And then I don't know how much Howie or Jeffrey said, hey, you need to go outside and get an actual proven OC like they wanted to do with Doug. Then they got Kellen Moore. Then they got Vic Fangio, two very proven guys. Obviously, both of them worked out really well.
Hmm.
Fangio's still here. Kellen Moore obviously got another head coaching job. And I don't know if the Super Bowl gives Nick a little leeway, like, all right, this time you can do whoever you want. Inside, internal, external, you won the Super Bowl.
I
This one
mean,
is all you.
bearing a collapse,
And
he's protected for at least like another year or two.
yeah, but I mean, the expectations are completely different. Like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be,
I
if, I
think
mean,
I think the 23 season also is a good um like safeguard for the Eagles because I think Lurie might get he'll sense it after a while. Howie will sense it after a while. The players will sense it after a while. It's like we just won a Super Bowl. We didn't want to talk about it, but now we have to because we're not playing like that team that got there. We're playing like the team the year before that was ass and it fell apart. So
yeah,
I know a lot of people are it's very split. There's, well, it's probably like 60% say get rid of Patula already, and there's like, 40% that are like it's been 4 games. He's still learning, like the first half. If he can call the first half like he did, like for the rest of the season, I think he'll do well. But I guess my question is at what point do we push the panic button and say, this guy is, we're in Brian Johnson territory where we need to, get rid of him in season
I
because it's
mean,
that bad.
we're not even there. I think the tough
That's
part
why I'm
with
asking
Petula,
if it.
let's be honest. You are taking over a job with a offense that is returning all their starters that
Mm,
won the Super Bowl last year. They should be plug and play. They were awesome last year. They should be awesome with you this year. Your predecessors, two of them both had got head coaching jobs and both took the team to the Super Bowl.
mm,
The only one that didn't do that was the guy that got run out of town and was just criticized from week 4 pretty much and was a dead man walking on a team that won what 12 or 13 games. And now you are in the spot. And like again, it's these guys have been there. I'm glad that they're not being like, "Oh, you know what? We won again. We're good." Like because you're not. There's a lot of issues. And guys like AJ Brown and Mailata, granted AJ Brown goes about it ways that I don't think anyone really loves to see,
he's
but
very bipolar.
I mean, but again, they can tell something is off, and
Yeah.
this might be a problem down the road if they don't figure it out, which I think we all know.
I mean, usually it'll
And
take a loss for them to really like be like, all right, now it's like affecting us.
What are you talking about? This is Philadelphia. The athletes are just starting to become me and you and the media around us that we are trying to get the Super Bowl winning head coach fired after the 4-0 start.
I'm
God
sure
forbid if they
somebody's
actually
calling
do
for his
lose a
head.
game.
Yeah.
I mean, I like seeing them be critical. I like seeing them make comments like it's week 4, get it out now. If it's week 10 and then they're going to start being critical, then yeah, that might be a bigger problem. But
Hmm.
it's week 4 now. Make it known, make it vocal, get everything out of the way. With the first month of the season is pretty much preseason anyway. And
Yeah.
then you got 4 wins. That those wins don't go away. They count, but every team's still working their way out, still trying to find themselves.
Yeah. It's just, my last thought about it is it's concerning that I don't know concerning, but like to me, like if I was a offensive coordinator candidate for a team that needs one, and I saw that they have a top three, let's say top three right now because they're kind of ass at times, top three offensive line, one of the best running backs in the league, a top 10 quarterback, and two top 15 wide receivers, and a top 10 tight end, you could argue. Why? Who wouldn't want that job? You could dial up whatever you
Oh no,
want.
dude,
You
that's
could
that's
plan
not
out
the case at
anything.
all. They
But
could
that's what
have
I'm
got
saying.
whoever
Like
they wanted.
that's what
They
I'm
just,
saying. It's
I
frustrating.
mean,
Why Patula can't find ways to get these guys open. There's too much talent.
yeah, but listen, Patula, no matter what he does now, there was definitely better offense coordinators to get regardless
Yes.
if Patula turns it around or not. But that again comes down to, listen, Nick had the call here. He brought in one of his own guys because he knew him in the locker room. He knows what he's all about. There would have been offense coordinators leaving other teams to have been the offense coordinator here.
Yeah.
Offense coordinators that were proven like solid outings last year that would have left to take this job. But Nick had the flexibility, the trust, and went with a guy that helps build his culture. And it didn't work the first time he did it, but I don't know. We'll see. He's going to have a little more leash, obviously, to give this one a run. But I think it helps that the defense is so stout and so steady, and Fangio's there. The only thing that's like concerning is Makuba and Campbell played well. They've had ups and downs. It's kind of weird watching rookies not just be all pro players as soon as they enter the lineup.
I mean,
Like,
to be fair, they that was like the first game I was like, wow, they didn't play. I mean, Campbell still came up with a clutch interception in the end zone, and
yeah,
Bakuba
he's been
settled
great.
down after that one play. He wasn't really. But
Yeah.
I'm still happy with. I'm still ecstatic with both of them. Besides those two bad touchdowns they gave up, but
Yeah, it was, I mean, the defense is still rolling. Zach Baum, I think, is actually better now than he was last year.
he he
It's insane. He's so good.
I I'm not even being like a homer. Like he should be in defensive player of the year conversation right
I
now.
mean,
Like
him and Isaiah Rodgers. That's
yeah,
there's the conversation.
yeah, no, for sure.
He's no, I mean, he really is amazing. That is going to be how he's had a lot of good finds. That's got to be his best.
Oh, he turned him
I,
into an all. Well,
I mean,
Vic obviously helped
you're
too,
talking
but
about a guy that you were wondering if it was a one-hit wonder last year. He's better this year. He's everywhere.
flies around the ball,
He
sound
covers so
tackles,
well. Oh, he's just so good.
and when he blitzes,
I
he's pretty. He was a pass rusher, so that makes sense. But he's pretty good at blitzing too.
Yeah, he does it all. So
Mhm.
it'd be nice to see, especially when this defense gets healthy. But I mean, Ojomo, I think's been very solid. Made some
Mm.
good plays. I think the only person, and weird to say it, that's been disappointing has been Jalen Carter because he hasn't been a top 5 defensive player in the NFL that we've been expecting all year.
Yeah, I think
Hasn't been
he's
bad, but
every. I don't know. Since the Chiefs game, I've every other play I see him grabbing his arm or his shoulder. So I don't know if he's got something going on there, and it's causing him to. I mean, even the last game, he looked like he was in a lot of pain. So maybe there's something going on with that. But yeah, he's been Davis. I mean, I think Jordan Davis has been pretty good, and
no,
you got
nowhere to be
Vaughn.
found this past game. I had to check.
Yeah,
He pulled a Bryce Huff. He's out there. I didn't see him do anything.
the Bucks also run a pretty quick offense, though. They get like Baker gets rid of the ball pretty quick, so it's and a lot of the runs they had were like off, off tackle or
To
sweeps
be
and
fair,
shit.
he's probably still out of breath from that touchdown run.
I mean, I would be,
Yeah, sure. Carried over
but
a week.
yeah, but that's yeah, you wouldn't be able to tell that the Eagles won that game the way we've been talking about
Hey,
it.
man,
But
it makes me happy. Jordan Mailata and AJ Brown sound like callers in WIP.
listen, listen, they won, and I said that that was a NFC Championship game preview. So hey, win by any means. If they are if it's week 8 and we're still having this conversation, then I'm going to be concerned. But I think if they can start making some progress on the offense, then
You know what?
the
This was the
defense
part
will
of the
the defense will
season.
win, will get us wins. If and Jalen will take care of the ball, we don't make mistakes on offense like that. It's just executing, getting more points. I don't know. It's just
This was the part of this of the schedule. You looked at it and you said, all right, I don't care how ugly it is, as long as you get 3 wins out of these 4 games, I'm happy.
two and
And
two.
here
I
we
would have
are,
been
we got
happy.
4. Yeah, here we go. We got 4. It wasn't pretty, but we're still criticizing. I think look at the schedule in chunks. The first 4 games are behind you. Those are your
Mhm.
warm up. They didn't look ugly, but listen, you're 4 now. Now I need to start seeing improvement.
Yeah,
The Broncos
we're
defense
at
is
a
good.
we're at a preseason
I
stage.
definitely think you should be able to beat the Broncos. You got the Giants coming up twice. These games coming up, like Washington does not look really that great.
Mm.
They have some games coming up they should be able to win, and they should look much better doing it. So
Yeah,
those will be more ton. You got your 4 wins. You beat 3 guaranteed playoff teams.
yeah. I think besides Denver, we really don't. I mean, we have Denver, then the Giants, then the Vikings. Vikings are solid, but it
Unless
might be
Carson Wentz is
Carson
playing.
Wentz. Yeah,
Bro, I watched that game. That final drive, that was the most Carson Wentz post Super
hold
Bowl
on to the
drive I'd ever
ball.
seen.
Yeah,
Oh,
running
the
around.
intentional grounding, the sacks. Oh
Mm.
God, he just no, he doesn't change. He's the same exact player he was when he left. It's hard to root for him
Good
because it's like
defense though.
PTSD watching him.
Um, Here we go. Broncos, Giants, Vikings, Giants again. I don't know why they do that. Then the Packers, that's big. Then the Lions, that's big. Then the Cowboys. So we do run into a bit of a gauntlet in November. So, I
Packers
mean,
Lions back to back's gonna be tough.
yeah, that's and then Cowboys after the Lions. So then I should
It's a
play the
tough schedule, man.
Chargers. Then I should play the Bills, Commanders. The Commanders, the same things. Commanders, Bills, Commanders. But hopefully January 4th is a.
Jeez, talking about that schedule does not get better. So you got the Packers, Lions,
This is the
Cowboys,
easy part of our
Bills,
schedule.
Chargers are a playoff team.
Broncos, Giants, Vikings, Giants. That's our 4 games. Honestly, we could be 8-0 and
Honestly,
then
you're
run
so
into
it's
the Packers.
Giants. The Giants might be the only non-playoff team out of all those. The Vikings can make the playoffs.
Broncos, Giants, Vikings, Giants, Packers, Lions, Cowboys, Bears,
No, the Bears should be the next team.
Chargers, Raiders,
Not bad. Raiders stink.
Washington, Bills, Washington. Yeah, it's not easy.
It's not gonna be easy.
That's why
But
they
hey,
say they got to right the ship now.
yeah,
We can't
that's
be
why
going into
you know what? If
look at
you
the team
drop
last
the
year. Go to
listen, if
the
you
film,
lose,
look at what they were calling last year and call the same shit. It's easy, that easy.
yeah, I mean, this is where having 4 games in your back pocket's pretty nice. Look at the Packers. They just tied with the Cowboys.
Yeah, what are they? 2-1-1 now or
Yeah.
2-1-1 and what? I don't know.
I think one, two,
Two one
one,
and
one.
one.
Yeah.
Two
And
one
one
and
of those
one.
losses was the Browns. That should be worth 2 in itself.
Yeah. But oh well. Anyways, there were other games, surprisingly. Thursday there was the Seahawks beat the Cardinals 23-20. The game was like very boring and then all of a sudden got like really intense in the end of
Yeah,
it.
it's one of those like you go off to do something else and you come back
That's
it's like, oh,
exactly
that's
yeah. I like went left the room and I kept hearing like the announcers like going crazy. I was like, what's going on? There's like
I
crazy catch after crazy catch and
where's your worry meter on guy I was actually super high on Marvin Harrison coming this because I saw some great Marvin Harris stuff and I saw some very bad Marvin Harris stuff. And while I thought he was going to be like one of the better wide receivers of the league this year, and that was a bad take, you having him top 10 wide receiver in the position before he played a snap looks like even worse take. But
yeah,
he's I don't know, he's a weird case.
it's I don't know if he's like in his own head, but he's just like just doesn't seem all there right now.
Like, are we getting to Kyle Pitts territory?
I don't think he's gonna be that
It's,
bad, but
I mean, Kyle Pitts had a solid rookie year. Yeah,
he scored a touchdown this week.
yeah, he did. Yeah, well,
I don't know.
this
I think you have to give him this second year, but if you don't see him progress as like the season goes on, and you have these games where he's, I mean, Brian Thomas is having a weird season too, but you see these games where
it's
he's like
true. Yeah,
dropping balls and not playing with
Marvin
confidence. So
Harrison had a bad drive. He does seem very mental because
yeah,
he
it's
had a
100%. It's
sweet
100%
touchdown now.
mental.
Like he went up, got it, and brought
Hmm.
down. And I don't know. It looked like not that I can judge body language or know Marvin Harrison. It looked like that one like felt good.
Yeah, he definitely looked emotional after scoring that one. So, but. Yeah, we'll see. I think it's hard to say. But then a game that quite possibly cost me a fantasy game, a fantasy win. Steelers and the Vikings played in Ireland, 9 in the
Hmm.
morning, and Jalen Warren was a scratch out
See,
right before the game started.
this is where my time difference comes handy.
You know,
And you know
it's
what? Didn't matter because I still lost to you by less than a point. So screw you.
well, I don't think I have him in that. I don't have him in that one, but I have him in another
I
league.
do.
So okay, so I had maybe it was you then because I saw somebody had him, and I was like, look at this idiot, didn't take Jalen Warren out, and then I was like, wait a minute, and then I looked at my in my other league, I was like, fuck, why is he
Oh,
out?
it wasn't me, buddy. I made the switch. Don't you worry. I was
Oh,
mid-afternoon. I was
okay.
doing my thing. I just came over. I was like,
Well, then
oh,
another
not
guy I
playing? Jump.
played had Jalen Warren in, and then I had Jalen Warren in our ESPN league, so it was
You're a buffoon.
yeah. But Steelers won 24-21. Like you said, Carson Wentz
It's
up
so
and
painful to
down, but he's
watch.
not. I don't think he's like terrible, but he's definitely not like, peak Eagles.
Bro, he is the same Carson Wentz he's been since post Super Bowl. He
Mm,
holds on the ball way too long. He had one of the worst intentional groundings I'd ever seen at the end of the game. Like they could not, he just didn't want to win.
mm.
I don't know. You did not watch that game and just go through PTSD
I
flashbacks
didn't I
then.
didn't get to watch much of the game, but
It shows you
I
trying to
saw
defend
I saw
Carson
highlights.
Wentz.
I'm just saying he's the last game he played looked pretty decent. I'm not
I
saying he's gonna start the rest of the
guarantee you
season.
didn't watch that game either.
Oh, okay. Let's see. All right, the Falcons bounced back after getting trampled by the Panthers. They beat the Commanders 34-27. Commanders still look pretty decent offensively without Daniels, but
I mean, they're
definitely,
losing to Falcons. You shouldn't lose to Falcons. They desperately need
yeah,
him back.
their defense is bad though. So we'll
They're
see
not
how
really
that.
that good.
They're in a weird state. We'll see how they play when Daniels is back. But um, surprise game, the Giants beat the Chargers 21-18. Jackson Dart made his rookie debut. He looked fine. But
Hey,
he
man, he
made
got a win. That is more
yeah, he
than
made
fine.
plays for them.
How low do you think? Russell Wilson seems like a very upbeat kind of guy, like always positive thinking. That one's got to hurt, really. Like, that one can't feel good, right?
I mean, like you said, they won, but like he was 13 of 20 for 111 yards. Like I think Russ threw for like 400 that one game. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
not
Russ also fumbled the ball 15 yards backwards and then threw
yeah,
an
sure.
awful picks to lose the game.
Yeah. But
And Brian Dable still has a job, so that's good. He just secured himself another
yeah,
job.
I don't know how. It's a joke. But yeah, they won, but they also lost because Malik Neighbors tore his ACL. So
Yeah, that was brutal. That's you know
any
what
chance they
that
had of
that
being
hurt.
competitive on offense is out the window.
Oh man, to be a Giants fan, that's gotta hurt. You finally get the first win, and God only knows how long. You
Mm-mm.
might have an actual dude at quarterback. Scadabo's been a whole fun thing, and then there goes your best player you've had in the last like 10 years.
Yep.
Brutal, brutal.
Yeah, but they got the win. So a team that hasn't gotten a win yet, same amount of wins as they have points last game. The Titans lost to the Texans 26-0. Um,
The Texans are not good.
no, they're not.
This was just things aren't going well, play the Titans kind of, medicine.
Yeah, but I think I don't even think they're in it's the Jaguars and the Colts for that division right now because the Texans look terrible.
I don't know what happened. It was 6-0 at half, and then
Uh,
the Titans just didn't show up in the second half.
yeah, I remember preseason Cam Ward was saying like, people don't be surprised when we got some playmakers here nobody's talking about. And then I think his last press conference he was like, "Yeah, to be honest, we're kind of shit." So,
Can you name me two playmakers on the Titans?
Tony Pollard,
Okay.
Cam Ward.
That, no Cam Ward. No, you can't.
Uh, nope,
Yep, I think Cam Ward's right. They don't know they're even playmakers.
nope. Yeah, they're rough. And then Another game that was kind of close for like a little bit, but then the Patriots just ran away with it. 42-13 over the Panthers. Um,
That was a fun week for the Panthers until they came crashing back down to life.
yeah, I don't know. I think is the Bryce Young experiment done? Like he has looked terrible these for. I mean, he's played some really good defenses, but still he's not looked good.
They're very they're very up and down. I mean, they score 10 points week one, get crushed.
Hmm.
They have a very competitive game week two, put up 22.
Mm.
Then they drop a 30 burger out of nowhere and shut out the Falcons.
Yeah.
And then they get smashed by the Patriots. Like they're all over the place. It was just last week when Bryce Young was, back at it. I don't know. I had to see the rest of the season play out. The Panthers are a weird team. They do stink, but I thought they'd be a little better than this.
Yeah. It's a weird team for sure. Um, the Bills continue to beat up on terrible teams. They won 31-19. Um, I saw a funny stat. I think so the Bills are 4-0, but the teams that they've played this year have a combined win total of one game. So
Hmm. Who's the team that won? Oh, the Ravens.
Ravens, yeah.
Wow, that's pretty impressive. Well
Yeah.
done.
Yeah. So yeah, not much to the Saints are bad, the Panthers are bad, the Titans are bad. Um,
Yeah,
Lions
it's true.
beat the Browns 34-10. Another game that was a little close, and the Lions put it away. Um,
Yeah, it was the high of beating the Packers, which I still don't understand how that happened, is kind of, I think, may have taken them away.
I
Although,
think
listen, give the Browns a lot of credit. They're not known for their front office moves, but Mason Graham looks like a stud. Travis Hunter has not done too much yet, and they still have the Jaguars first overall pick. Like that trade was great for them so far.
hmm,
That is not a Browns trade right there.
yeah, yeah, you're right. Yeah, we'll see what they. I don't know if Joe Flacco's gonna finish out the season. He looks a little old, but
The offense stinks.
yeah,
You're getting what you get.
yeah. I got some injuries and some buys coming up, so I could use a Jerry Judy breakout game again. So,
Hmm.
um, Jaguars beat the 49ers 26-21. Man, the Jags defense, I think, is gonna help winning them some games. I've been pretty impressed.
Does this game tell you more about the Jags or the Niners? Because Purdy was back and they couldn't win it. They
Hey,
were
I
doing
mean,
fine with
if
Mac Jones.
Purdy comes back and they lose, and like you said, they were 3-0 or 2-0 with Mac Jones, and I don't know.
I think
I
I'm
don't
still
know.
back in the Niners are a player. They're very injured, but I think the Jags may have got more to them than I wanted to give credit to.
It's hard to say, but I
I think
think
they're my favorite in the South now. I'm not saying that that's a whole
Jags.
bunch. Yeah.
Speaking of the South, the Rams beat the Colts 27-20. Granted, the Colts might have won this game if their wide receiver wasn't a bonehead and instead of scoring a touchdown, threw the ball, like let go of the ball, and it became a touchback.
Yeah.
Um,
Danny
but
Dan Dimes didn't have his greatest game either. Came crashing back down to
no,
earth a
I don't
little
think
bit.
he didn't lose the game for them though. But
No,
but yeah, I mean, yeah, he's definitely had a less than good game. But Rams, yeah,
still, Rams look good though.
if not for that Eagles game, the Rams would probably be they'd probably be number one on my power rankings if they were undefeated still. Like they look
I'm not
good.
gonna lie though, that Eagles game was ugly.
Yeah,
Like I don't think we like it's kind of got swept under the rug. That was one of the worst collapses I've ever seen.
it was bad. Um,
I hope you in your solo hour make sure to, accentuate that.
yeah, but Puka, man, he.
Oh, is that a top five wide receiver I hear? Oh, I wish someone had told me that. Oh, I did.
Hmm.
What can I say?
He's good. I'll give him credit. He's good. Probably the best receiver in the game right now, the way the season's going. But
I mean, at least top five.
um, then we had the NFL wasn't done with all the block kicks for wins. Raiders and Bears, weird, ugly, but somewhat exciting game. I mean, Ashton Genty finally came alive, but he had three touchdowns. Um, Geno Smith still looks
He
not right.
sucks.
He looks terrible with the Raiders.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's the Chip Kelly offense, but he does not look good.
he's so bad. He looks uncomfortable. He can't
Yeah,
hit anyone. He's just I don't the Raiders are a weird team. They
they are. Their
just
defense has been pretty decent though. Max
yeah.
Crosby's still an animal.
It's like
Um,
a team that should be winning, good coach. They got some playmakers here and there, but they really, I don't know. They seem like they're hanging on a thread from being a terrible team.
Yeah. But yeah, the Bears ended up blocking the field goal to, and I mean, could they have gotten more yards instead of, running the ball, try to give their kicker more space? Sure. I mean, they have one of the better kickers in the league, but this doesn't matter if he gets blocked. So
Like, dude, nowadays, man, people are hitting it from like 50, like 60 yards away.
yeah, it's like automatic. It's crazy.
What happened? This is the year of the special teams. Like, I like
Last
don't re
year, kickers were getting fired for missing field
Dude, not
goals.
even that, man. We didn't even touch on the fact that the Eagles had a punt
Yeah,
block for
pump
return
block
for a
for a
touchdown.
touchdown. Yep.
There was more field goal blocks last week than I'd ever seen in my like 31 years on this planet. There was like three or four last week. It was
Yeah, it was
insane.
nuts. It
The
was
Eagles had
nuts.
two in one game.
I think it was four blocks. Yeah.
Oh my God. And then they blocked another punt. Like, what has happened to special teams? You've got Brandon Aubrey kicking it from Mars. You've got even that dude from the Tampa. He hit like a 65-yard field
65.
goal.
Yep.
That's one off the record, and we just like kind of, whatever. Yeah, that's cool. It's insane. I don't know what happened with special teams, but the renaissance of special teams has been astronomical. You know when the
Yeah.
passing game became the hot new thing and it took over the league? This
hmm
is now the year of special teams.
Yeah. It's always there's always a trend for every season. So,
And it's apparently special teams, man. We thought the
uh,
return game would be the big one. No, man. Just blocking field goals, blocking punts. That's where the money is.
yeah. But then we had a strange game. The I think the Ravens are in trouble. Chiefs won 37 to 20 over the Ravens. Lamar got hurt
Mm.
third quarter, didn't return. Derrick Henry's been pretty quiet since that first game where he had 180 some yards. And Ravens defense, man, you thought that was one of the strengths of the league was their defense, and they are horrible. I
I
don't
mean,
get it.
they're
I don't get
hobbled.
it.
They're very injured right now,
Oh yeah,
but
Makuba, not Makuba. Uh, was it
Roquan's out. Humphrey got hurt. Metabuke is gone for the
Metabuke?
season.
Yeah.
It's a tough away. But I mean, look at their first four games. If I don't tell you anything else besides the fact that they lost to the Bills by 1 point in a 41 to 40 shootout. They
hmm
lost to the Lions 38 to 30. Then they lost to the Chiefs 37 to 20. Now, granted, the Chiefs game, it wasn't that close. The score made it seem closer.
Yeah.
But they lost to the Chiefs, Lions, and Bills. That's a tough three
Oh, it's a
game
gauntlet
stretch.
for sure,
But I mean, not to give away
but you got to
anything,
win
but
those
this
games.
this next game coming up by the Texans, I think that's a certified get right game coming up.
I don't know. They're both pretty bad. Is Lamar gonna play? Is he?
I think he'll play for that game. Just a little get right game for it. Yeah, I think they've had a tough 4 weeks. I'm sure he's going to play and just absolutely crush them.
Maybe.
But we'll save that for the picks.
And then actually a really entertaining game. Packers and the Cowboys tied, went into overtime, and then finished with a tie, 40 to 40.
Yeah,
Um,
that was
Dak
wild.
actually was really impressive without CeeDee Lamb. Pickens came alive. Micah made a, game-saving sack on Prescott,
Didn't hear a
basically.
single thing from him all game until that
So
sack,
that, yeah, I
but
mean,
it
hey,
was a big play.
that's all you need. But
That Dallas secondary though is getting absolutely
oh,
cooked.
they're terrible. They're
Like thinking
they're
like, oh, we're done seeing Trayvon Diggs just get absolutely just torched and just proven that this contract is just going to be the worst that Jerry's ever given out. And then you see Deron Bland come back and just oof, his ankles are probably not recovering very well. The first two touchdowns, I forget who it was, Dobbs, I think, crossed him up on both of them. He looks so slow.
yeah.
It's,
I
I
don't
don't think
think
they could stop
his
anyone.
yeah, I don't think his injury is healed well. But excuse me, the yeah, they have like the statistically like the best offense right now and the worst defense. So
Yeah, I can
it's
definitely
a
believe the
very
defense part.
Cowboys, very on brand.
Yeah, it's true. It's entertaining at least.
And then because the NFL hates us, we had two Monday Night Football games again. I don't know why they do this. Um, Jets and the Dolphins was pretty much all Dolphins, and then the Jets made it close, but Dolphins won 27-21.
This was
Um,
one of those your team's in trouble, go play the Jets kind of thing. It did get a little closer. Tyreek Hill's out for the
yeah,
season now, though, but
yeah, that was a gruesome injury.
yeah, they needed it though. They needed a win.
And then inexplicable game from the Bengals, trampled by the Broncos, 28-3. Um, I watched this game, and I think I can safely say this in all my years of football, this is one of the worst combinations of a terrible defense and a horrendous offensive line. Like you can't even,
That's pretty much the Bengals in the last 5 years.
but you can like I saw a replay where they rushed the Broncos rushed three defenders and somehow Browning got sacked.
Yeah.
Like it was so bad.
Gives you a new
Uh,
appreciation for Jake, or not Jake, Joe Burrow.
I get, yeah, it's like how is he even upright
It
after?
also makes you think like, man, this guy's probably closer to Andrew Luck status than we thought. Because that's the
Yeah.
thing is every time you like tell them about how bad their offensive line is, it never doesn't get better.
Mm.
It just keeps rolling back into this terrible offensive line.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. And I'm all we heard all summer was that the Bengals have the best quarterback room in the NFL. And then when Burrow got hurt, they're like, oh, they'll lose some games, but Jake Browning's a starting caliber quarterback. He's looked garbage. Now
No,
again, offensive line is not help doing him any favors, but he has not impressed me at all in these two games he's played. So
he's a backup. What's he
or
supposed to do?
three games, whatever it is, I don't know. But yeah, Bengals are very, very, very disappointing as usual. But
To say the least.
that was week 4. We are the next time you see an NFL game, it'll be October. Isn't that crazy?
There we go.
All right.
Um, so what are we thinking? Good mood, bad mood? Where's your vibes?
Get the stink of the Eagles out of the way with the duds, and then we'll roll into some studs for a positive
Oh, the
Phillies play.
duds.
Phillies play
Ooh,
on the weekend. So
oh, sassy. Rough day at work. Let's see.
honestly, yeah.
All right. So our third dud is coming in here. Um, you actually probably haven't seen him yet do anything, but it's not John Cena. He's a guy that I think everyone was a little high on. I definitely was. I expected a lot more after his rookie season, but if I told you he was hurt, you would have believed me. Because I was looking at this box score thinking, oh man, Justin Herbert had one stinker of a game. He must have. But then you look down and you're like, oh, he's not awful numbers. Marion Hampton had a good game. Then you like keep scrolling down, you're like behind Oriton Gadsden the second with his 16 yards and 2 receptions. You see Ladd McConkey with 1 reception and 11
Hmm.
yards. Talk about a guy who's done absolutely nothing all year.
He's been
He's got
quiet.
174 yards in 4 games. It's Quentin Johnson, who everyone had pegged down as a bust, has just lapped him. Keenan Allen, who's 800 years old, has lapped him.
Yeah.
Or Rondé Gaddiston, the second, has also lapped him. So I don't know. When you have a bad game like this, you can't help but see like, all right, where did it come from?
Hmm.
And this offense is really struggling. They ran the ball really well with Hampton, but just passing game needs a little bit more. They need McConkey to step up. But the guy's been nowhere to be found.
Yeah. I think losing Joel definitely does not help things either. But
I mean, Joe wasn't, running routes for Ladd McConkey. It's
no,
week 4 and he still hasn't done anything.
no, that's true.
I just, it was one of those Bryce Huff stat lines. It's like, is he still playing? I kind of thought he was hurt.
Bryce Huff making an appearance.
Moving on, we got a guy who I listen. This is the year of special teams, and
Uh-huh.
I try not to be like it's the low hanging fruit sometimes when you get the rookie quarterback or the kicker that just has a bad game. But sometimes the low hanging fruit is there for a reason.
Mm.
And Joey Sly, like you should have never shown up to work. You were 0 for 2 in field goals. And now, like, 0 for 2 field goals is fine, Dandy. Like, you wouldn't necessarily get on the dud list as a kicker for missing 2 field goals.
Sure.
But in a game that was what, 26-0, he missed the 41 on their first drive of the game. Talk about deflating. The
Mm.
Titans actually had the ball and were going to score points, but he shanks a field goal. That kills all momentum. And then go back and think, oh, why did the Titans? Because like I said, the Titans game was 6-0 at halftime.
Hmm.
What happened in the locker room? Well, right before they went into the locker room when there was a 6-0 game, Joey
Hmm.
Sly missed another field goal. So just you look at this game where things just fell apart completely, and you look at two big momentum builders in a game where you didn't score any points and your kicker just completely let you down. So hard to win any games when that happens.
Yeah,
So
that
Joey Sly is our number two. Our number one dud, you touched on it a little bit, would have been a great moment for him. And a guy that he was young, had emotion, had some things going, and man, his career will always be this moment unless things just really turn around. Deshaun Jackson had a wonderful career, and I think most people still look back at the moment when he dropped the ball. It's kind of his thing.
mm,
But Adonai Mitchell, who wanted to be cocky and wanted to go and try to extend the arm to celebrate his touchdown and
hmm.
dropping it, that was pretty brutal. That's kind of a cost in the game. Or see, you look for the highlights. I look for the in-depth or the holding penalty he had on a 53-yard Jonathan Taylor touchdown run. Also probably hurts. So yeah, bad day at the office for
Uh,
Mitchell. So
oh, good.
it's not one, it's two. So yeah, we got Donnie Mitchell,
He's gonna
number
be
one
he's
dud.
gonna be doing some suicide sprints, I'm sure.
Oh, I think it's a sad day in his house.
All
All
righty.
right, number week four, third stud right here. So we talked about defensive player of the year rankings,
Hmm.
Zach Bond, Isaiah Rodgers. And I guess, this one would surprise anyone. We got Agent Hutchinson, who was just ruining the Browns quarterback's life. 2 sacks, tackle for loss, or forced fumble, 4 quarterback hits.
Mm.
Granted, Joe Flacco moves like he's got cinder blocks in his shoes, but he could have been a lot more nimble, and I still think Aiden Hutchinson was going to get him. He was pretty much eating the entire Browns offensive line.
Fair.
My number two stud, some would say he's the top five wide receiver.
Oh.
By some, I would say the smarter, handsomer side of this duo.
Mm.
Where did you
Debatable.
have Puka coming into the year?
It was like 6 or 7, I think.
What a horrible, horrible take you took. I correctly had him as a
Okay,
top five wide receiver.
sure.
Probably, you know what? I might look foolish because I might have not rated him high enough. 13
Calm down.
receptions, 170 yards, and a tutty. He looked great against the Eagles. He
I could
looked
have
even
done
better
that.
against the Colts. I mean, he is the guy. Devontae Adams had a little fun moment against the Eagles, and then Puka took over.
Hmm.
Puka is the guy there. And he will be top five unanimous, not just the smart people like myself respecting it a year earlier than everyone else, but Puka Nacua, dominant, is cooking with Stafford. The Rams still look like a good team. And Puka's going to put his nose out there for Offensive Player of the Year before the year's done.
Oh, I think so. But
Moving on to our number one stud. I have a feeling you're going to object to this, but you got to like look past the numbers sometimes. The numbers don't tell you the full story.
okay.
Because if I told you that a guy went for 13 for 20, 111 yards and threw a touchdown, but now he did manage to run for another touchdown and gave you 54 yards on the ground. It's a good game. Maybe is it number one stud? Probably not. But now let me paint you a different picture.
Oh God.
Let me paint you a picture of it's the first win this team has seen all year. They beat an undefeated playoff team. The New York Giants haven't had any good feelings in probably a decade. I can't. When's the last time the New York Giants had a good game from their quarterback? I don't think Daniel Jones had any in his entire career. Russell Wilson
Mm.
definitely did it. Eli Manning was broken.
I mean, Russ played well against Dallas. That was a good game.
Again, he threw the ball backwards 15 yards on a fumble
Or
and
not, maybe it
threw.
wasn't Dallas. It was the whatever the second game of the year was.
No, they were all terrible. This is
Okay.
why they didn't have any wins.
Okay.
So the fact that no quarterback in New York could find a win, the Giants have limited wins. I mean, you're talking about maybe they're probably averaging 4 wins per year the last
Mm,
like 5 years. I think that's a fair average.
sure.
And Jackson Dark starts his first game and gets a win right away. I mean, that was that was the best performance all week. Didn't do it against the Jets or didn't do it against the Panthers or anyone crappy. He went and beat Chargers,
Mm.
playoff team that were undefeated. So Jackson Dart, number one stud, and saves Brian Dable's job for at least another week.
All right. I mean, I don't like you said, I don't agree with it, but I like the storyline for
You don't
sure.
believe in Puka Nacua as a top five receiver, so I proved you
Listen,
wrong on both studs here.
listen. All right. Well, that's our studs and duds. And then moving on to some of our hot takes for the week are too much whiz. So starting off, too much whiz. As the Chiefs continue to get healthier, they are once again back to being one of the dominant teams in the AFC.
I mean, I don't think I was ever selling them. They're a team you don't even think about questioning in week three. Otherwise, you'll look like an idiot when they're in the Super
Yeah.
Bowl.
But I mean that people were like, oh, they're not going to win the AFC West. This is the downfall year.
They're definitely going to win the AFC West. I never
Yeah.
doubted that.
Okay.
They are still a number one contender. I mean, the AFC's not really that good. The Bills are awesome. You know, the Chargers looked good. Then they had a bad loss. The Ravens are don't look great.
Hmm.
Burrow's hurt. There's no one else in the East that really excites you. The AFC's wide open. The Chiefs will be fine. They'll still win their division. They'll probably be a 1 or 2 seed, and then they'll still make it to the Super Bowl. So they'll be fine.
Okay. Too much whiz. The Titans will once again be picking number one overall come April.
Oof, this one's tough. Jets are really putting a strong effort in.
Saints are pretty
The
bad.
Saints were the lock-in favorite, and they really haven't done anything to get out of that spot.
No.
I'm gonna stick with the Saints. Thing is, the Saints are a very veteran-headed team that will be ready to give up on the season, and they probably will trade it, sell at the deadline. The Titans, they're gonna get better. They're a young, scrappy team. They'll pick up a win that they shouldn't get, but I think they'll pick up a win or two. So I'm gonna stick with the Saints.
All right. And then our final one here, too much whiz. Lamar Jackson cannot save the Ravens this season.
I mean, sure, I could take the other way. Is Lamar Jackson going to be the one that puts him over the hill finally this season? Because you can go one of two ways. They haven't gone over the hill with him.
Mm.
I mean, I don't think
Overcoming the defensive issues and the offensive weirdness. I
no,
don't think.
Lamar Jackson's not overcoming any of the defensive issues. They
Mm.
need much better defense to win games. They are
Okay.
not going to win any game. I mean, I just told you the stat lines there. They gave up
It's
40
bad.
points. I mean, they gave up 40 points week one. They gave up like 30 to the or no, 38, 40, and then they just gave up 27. Like these are not realistic figures. Lamar Jackson is not going to outscore teams when they're giving up, 30 plus every single game.
Yeah, it's not great. Not great at all.
He can ask Joe Burrow how that went for him in the Bengals last year.
Yeah. So, all right. That's our too much whiz hot take segment. Moving on to our game picks. Well,
How
let's
we
see.
do?
Last week, I mean, you were very bold last week. You picked the
Because I wasn't on
Titans
there.
and the Panthers. So,
Genius work.
so there's that. Um, we had our guest picker was Flurry, our, Derrick Henry resident hater, which I'm sure he's having a great time with his woes this year. But let's see. He went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 6. Not bad for
Not
a
bad.
guest.
Not bad.
Tim, you went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 8.
Awful.
I mean, I'm counting the Packers as an L for everyone. So,
Fair enough.
um, and then I went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 4.
No, you show off. That's why you saved
Of
yourself for that.
course. But so that keeps me in the lead. Overall, you're still in second. Or actually, you're tied now, I think, actually. Yeah, I think you're tied with the guest picks now.
It's bad. You know what? It's because I wasn't on there. I didn't have to put my face to it.
Mm, that's what it
I
was.
got cocky.
Yeah.
All right, well,
Uh,
hit me with this one. I'm gonna do better this time.
all right. So this week, our guest picker will be Tyrell. He's hopped on a couple of our March Madness stuff, and maybe a football one. I don't remember. But we're gonna start off with Thursday night. We got 49ers at the Rams. 49ers continue to lose, or
Look at that. That's Amazon putting down the real money to actually get some games on
about
Thursday.
about time.
See, I don't know. I think the Rams have really hit their stride
Yeah,
now. I mean, that
I'm gonna go
massive
Rams. I'm not
collapse is
even
gonna,
not even
yeah, it's
thinking about
gonna
that.
really light the fire. I'm taking the Rams. One team's going one way, the other one's going the other.
Yeah. You said Rams.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tyro's also going with the Rams. So we are all on the Rams. Um, I guess for the Eagles, that'd be good if the 49ers won because then they're both what, 3-1. So I guess it doesn't really matter. But the next game, Sunday. Oh, we have another. Where's this one? 9:30 in the morning.
London.
Ah,
I love it.
is the London, are they getting like prepped for it at all, or is it like a
To be honest, now they kind of come in and then they go. They're pretty used to it by now.
okay. So Vikings at the Browns. What a game
Oh
for
boy.
London to have. Eesh.
Yeah, that's
That see
Carson
the only
Wentz is playing.
yeah, the
That's
Browns defense
oh
against Carson Wentz is
man.
putting me on pause. I might go with the I might go
I
with the
was gonna
Browns. They play over do they play overseas a lot, Cleveland?
I mean, they're a
I'm
terrible
thinking
team,
I'm
so
thinking the
probably.
Jaguars.
You know what? No, but the Vikings have been over here. They were here in Ireland. They stayed here.
Okay.
I'm gonna take that factor, the time zone
Oh,
factor.
that's right. They're staying. Oh shit.
But the Browns versus Carson Wentz
Hmm.
is a disaster waiting to happen.
It's going to be like a
Oh, stick
3-6
to your no,
game.
you got to stick to your guns.
Oh yeah, I'm going Browns. I'm going
Yeah,
Browns.
it's. I mean, the Vikings do have
I
defensive
can
player of
afford
the
a couple
year,
bold
Isaiah
bold
Rodgers
takes.
on.
Tyrell's going Vikings. And then we have Cowboys, the Jets.
Oh
Um,
boy,
the Jets
that's
don't have a
some.
win yet. They got to win eventually, right? They're not that bad,
The
are they?
Cowboys, uh, the Cowboys are the 2023 Vikings. Every game they have is very
Mm.
entertaining.
Yeah, yeah.
The Jets, they kind of stink. Justin Fields can't really throw the ball. He runs the ball. He just
He runs
doesn't
really
throw it.
runs it very well.
Yeah, but he doesn't do well with the throwing aspect. I'm going to say the Cowboys keep it rolling. Good times roll.
Yeah, I same sentiment. I think Dallas wins. Tyrell's also taking Dallas. Giants at the Saints. Oof.
Yeesh, man, this is really. I'll tell you, listen,
You know what? The
number one
Saints got to
stud.
Saints got to
I'm,
win eventually.
it's not this week. Dart baby. Dart Mania is taking over.
I don't know. No Malik Neighbors. Saints that they
He won without Malik Neighbors this game.
well, Trevor Lawrence or not Trevor Lawrence. Dexter Lawrence helped him too, but uh, oh man, yeah, I think it's too soon to pull. I got to stay with I'll go with Giants. I
Well, what
can't be.
happened? You were taking the Saints there to win one.
No, not this one.
Stick with your gut.
Let's see. Terrell's also going with the Giants. Raiders at the Colts. Get right game for the Colts.
Mm.
I'm taking Colts.
Yeah, I'm probably taking the Colts too. The Raiders just, like I said, they're hanging on by a thread from being a terrible team.
Yeah.
Danny Jones bounced back,
All
or
right.
maybe a Donnie Mitchell down bounce back.
Oh, nice.
I
And
doubt he sees
then
the field.
Terrell also taking the Colts. Um, oh, this one's gonna really warm your bottom. Dolphins at the Panthers.
Warm my bottom. What
Is that a phrase y'all say
is
in
that?
London? I
Is
don't
that a
know.
good thing or a bad thing? I don't even know. Would I want my bottom warmed?
Well, depends on maybe.
Am I goose? Sitting on eggs?
I don't know. It's up
It's a
to you.
wild phrase.
Yeah.
Sorry, what was the game?
I just befuddled you that much. You blacked out.
First time I ever heard it.
Miami at California. Dolphins at the Panthers.
Oh,
I'm
uh,
I'm taking.
the Panthers already burned me once, but Tyreek Hill is out. I got to stick with the Dolphins though. The Panthers just not even that they let me down, they got bushwhacked in doing it.
Yeah, Charles going Carolina. The Dolphins defense is still pretty bad though. So I'm gonna go,
It's just Carolinas.
yeah, I'm gonna go Carolina just for the hell of it.
Okay.
Broncos at the Eagles. Fly Eagles fly.
Go Birds.
Everyone's on the Birds. Texans at the Ravens. Like you said, I
Oh,
think
get right game. Lamar will be healthy. He's
I
gonna be
don't.
healthy and drop 50.
Are you sure he's playing?
Pretty confident that he'll find time to get this
Excuse
game
me.
in. That's you.
Let's see. Could miss 2 to 3 weeks.
He plays. He's not
Um,
gonna miss out on the get right game.
Uh,
If the Ravens lose this game, their season's over.
that's true. I mean, if Houston loses this game, their season's kind of over too.
Texans season's already over. They suck.
In Baltimore, I got to think they have a little bit of pride. So I'll take Ravens no matter who's playing quarterback. Tyrell is going to take Houston. Look at
Okay.
that. Titans at the Cardinals. It's just there's a lot of shitty games.
I don't. They look so bad. I can't see them bouncing back. The Cardinals are coming off that 10 game bye. Maybe it's
Yeah.
Marvin Harrison time. I'll take the Cards.
Yeah, I'm taking Cardinals too, as is Tyrell. Buccaneers at the Seahawks. This is an interesting game. Seattle's actually
That's
kind of sneaky.
not sneaky enough. The Bucks are good. They're gonna win.
I don't know. In Seattle, no Mike
Dude, I mean,
Evans.
who cares? Do you see Emeka Ibuka?
He's
He he's
Seattle's
the
got some
offensive rookie of the year right there.
Seattle's got some good backfield defenders though.
That
I'll
is
take
true, but I'm
Seattle.
still taking Bucks.
I'll take Seattle in Seattle. I like it. Um, Tyrell's taking the Bucks. Lions at the Bengals. Now I'm gonna take the Lions, but I would not be like like I would not be shocked if the Bengals won this game. It could be
You
one
were
of
just
those
telling
random.
me that the Bengals have a horrible offense or a horrible offensive line
Exactly.
and a horrible defense.
Yeah, but nothing in the NFL ever makes sense. So that's why I'm saying I would not be. This is a game the Lions could drop, and the like every great team drops a weird game. So just put it out
If
there.
the Lions lose to the Bengals, then I would feel even better because then you'd have the Lions lost to the Bengals, who stink. The Packers have already embarrassed themselves twice now, and
Hmm.
you have back to like big wins against the Bucks and the Rams. I mean, what contender is left in the NFC that the Eagles don't have
Eh,
like an obvious leg up on?
yeah.
I'll take the Lions though.
Taro is also taking the Lions. Commanders at the Chargers. Both
Oh,
teams.
Chargers are coming back, Fury.
Yeah.
Is Jaden Daniels playing?
Maybe. I don't know. It's questionable.
I'll still take LA. They need a bounce back.
Yeah,
They maybe Lad McConkey gets over the John Cena disease.
I'll take the Chargers. Tyrell's taking the Commanders. Patriots at the Bills. Like,
Oh,
this is another game that I would not be surprised if the Patriots
I'd
won.
be
But
shocked.
in Buffalo, Sunday Night Football, I'm taking Josh Allen and the Bills.
The Bills continue the 2025 bad team beatdown tour.
Mm,
Plus, they play the Patriots. Like me and you can't rationalize with this. They've got like 25 years of bad memories and anger to the Patriots. They will
true,
never lose if they can to the
true.
Patriots.
Um, so we're all on the Bills, and then interesting Monday night game: Chiefs at the Jaguars. This is a are you for real game for the Jags, I think, but
Yeah, and I don't think
I
that.
don't
Yeah,
think
the
it's.
Chiefs starting to roll.
Yeah, I gotta go with KC here. I do like the Jags so far. I think they're playing well. So, but that is our and Tyrell is also taking the Chiefs. So that is our game picks for week 5 already. And then any changes in power rankings? I mean, I think obviously the um Chargers got to drop. We had them at 3. They got to drop a little.
Wow, look at
Colts
that.
Colts
To
got
me,
to
even more
drop.
impressive.
Yeah.
The Jags that make their way in there.
Yeah, because the Ravens are definitely not in here anymore.
God no,
49ers, are they staying in the top 10?
she's lost. I think you got to replace teams somewhat. The Jags are in.
I'd say Jags at 10 though. Like I'm not getting crazy.
Yeah, fair enough. That's fair.
Jags at 10. Packers stay at 9 or do we drop them? No, they got to be in the top 10.
Packers
They're
stink.
yeah, but no, they're still a good team. I'm
For what
not.
reason they lost the Browns and they tied with the Cowboys?
They put up 40 points. I keep the
They
Packers at
gave up
9.
40 points.
I'd keep
There's
the
two ways of looking
Packers
at this.
I keep the Packers at 9. I would move Rams were at 8. I'd move the Rams up some spots.
Yeah,
All right, so Bills at 1, Eagles at 2. Keep it.
yeah, it's fine.
Eagles didn't do enough to push them above the Bills.
Oh, absolutely not.
Who's number 3? I would say Rams. I kind
Yeah,
of want to say Rams. And then Bucks. Do we want to keep them at 4?
I say
Or
Rams, Bucks, Chiefs.
Rams, but Chiefs all the way up at 5.
Come on now, they weren't a bad team. They found their stride. don't lie to me. Don't tell me that their
I would
team's
no,
better.
I would say let's go Bills, Eagles, Rams, Bucks, Lions because they won. And
Put
then
the Lions
Chiefs.
at three. No, Lions at three.
Lions 3?
Yeah, they're come on now. You're getting caught up with yesterday, not the big picture.
All right.
Stop missing the forest looking at the trees.
Lions at 3, Bucks at 4, Rams at 5,
Fine. Chiefs at six.
Chiefs at 6. And then we had the 49ers at 7, but I think we
I
dropped them
like the
down.
Jags. Put the Jags there.
Jags at 7? Well, we got the
Jags are
Colts
pretty good.
still. I would say Colts at 7, Packers at
Hmm.
9, Jags at 10. Who's at 8? Chargers still. How far do we drop the Chargers? Chargers at 8, I guess. I don't hate that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Bills,
Um,
Eagles, Lions, Bucks, Rams, Chiefs 6, Colts, Chargers, Packers, Jags 10. All right.
feels good.
Sounds good. All right. Everyone, good luck in fantasy and fly Eagles fly. Go Phillies.
Peace.
Peace.